Welcome to the E Show, presented by the Hockey Podcast Network.
We checked his pulse. He's alive and well. If you're looking to feel like warm and fuzzy inside, like I'm your guy.
And I'm sure you threw me right under the bus.
Yeah.
You're my dog. Woof.
Yeah, goaltending is the toughest position, I think, in all sports.
I think it's announcing.
Neil's dad's a dentist.
You're still pretty nimble at 43. It's not bad.
If I get called 46 years old one more time, I may lose.
What a great lesson in the alphabet.
Dude, you had like butter in your gloves.
That was a bad sneeze.
Often been imitated, never really duplicated.
We're having a good time.
We're having a good time.
And now, here's your host, the commissioner of the Eastern Hockey League, Neil Ravin.
Welcome back to the E Show. Jake, how are we feeling? It's now February.
Yeah, this year really, I think, they fly by more and more as the years go on. I think this is year 4 for me. So it's bad. Like the first year, like it felt long, something new, right? Like the grind of a full season. Now it's just like, I remember media week before we were playing real games, and it doesn't feel like that was very long ago.
I know, right? I thought you were saying, like, now that I'm getting older like you. Like I was, like, convinced you were going to drop an old joke less than 1 minute into this podcast.
Well, not according to my Whoop age. I am young and spry according to the Whoop. I'm over 3. It just went younger. I'm 3.7 years younger than my real age. That's pretty dope, dude.
You love this Whoop.
I got 8 hours and 13 minutes of sleep last night. I'm recovery is at 81%, dude. Like, it's just the best thing ever.
I did not get that last night.
No, well, you have children, and you're talking to the third one right here.
Yeah, but we send you away as opposed to living with us.
Yeah, no, you'd get even less sleep if I was there.
Yeah, because you'd be like, "You want to get up and play?" No, it's 3 a.m. I don't.
Who do you think would ask you to play more? Your biological children or your EHL child?
You.
Hell yeah, dude.
Like all the snow we got, you'd be like, "Let's go sledding." I could just see it now.
I loved sledding as a kid.
Because I mean, there's still. We have over 2.5, like almost 3 feet on the ground here in New Hampshire.
We got 20, but we told, yeah, you knew that.
But like it's not really melting either.
No, it's been like single digits. It's been miserably cold. Yeah.
Almost warmer to be in the rinks, honestly, at this time.
Yeah, it is.
I saw that in Minnesota, it was like negative 30 recently. Did you see that? And it was like 0 degrees in the wild rink, so people were just buying tickets to like warm up to be inside. Different world. But speaking of warming up, I kind of already mentioned this to you offline yesterday, Jake. It's becoming that time of year where we start looking at records, and the record books are warming up right now. So let's talk about that in Around the E Show.
Let's take a look at what's going on around the E Show.
And we're going to start this week actually in the EHLP. And as we're recording this, there are updates that I still have to make. But have you noticed something's changed in the EHLP record book, Jake?
I mean, I'm seeing my best friend's name in there quite a bit.
Now, I know there was a game last night that I haven't added in yet. How many points did Carson Lowe have last night for the Seahawks?
I know he scored, and he probably had an apple, if I'm guessing, on Austin Bonebright's goal. So I would imagine 2 points, if I'm not mistaken.
So he remains in 5th then on the all-time skaters list.
We're talking about Carson Lowe, for everybody that doesn't, for the 3 listeners that doesn't know.
Yes. Did he notice that he's moved into the top 10?
Probably not. Yeah, he had a goal and an assist yesterday. Probably not.
Now, that puts him at 141. Now, all-time points include regular season and postseason, okay? So, 34 points the rest of the way. It's a big number. Is it possible?
How many games left?
This is to become the all-time leading scorer in EHLP history.
What is it? 42 games?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 12 regular season games left.
Yeah.
Now, postseason's tough to predict, right? I mean, obviously, it feels like they'll be either the 1, the 2, or the 3 seed. Okay, so they're automatically going to be in the second round past that play-in. So they could have 3 games to make it to the regional finals, 3 more to make it to the Frozen finals, and then 3 in the Frozen finals, right? So it's a max of 21 games. So you're still averaging over a point per game to reach that
Easy.
34. But the deeper the Seahawks go into the playoffs, this is a possibility, it feels like.
Yeah, it's very much a possibility. There's another Seahawks we'll talk about later that wants to chase some records here. But for Carson's sake, like, he is such like a balanced player. He's just in like the mid-range of every of those 3 lists: points, goals, and assists.
Yes.
Like, I don't know. I mean, he'll climb, I think, to probably 3rd all-time goals. I think that's gonna happen.
It's at 62 now. To get to 30 needs to have 8. Yeah, I think that's definitely doable.
He'll become 3rd all-time goal scorer. The points one, I mean, you're looking at a guy who played 4 years up there. CeeLo's not going to hit 4 years,
but that's what would make this that much more special to do it in 2.
Yep. And lengthy postseason runs for Ivan Borisov here. Carson, I think, played 2 playoff games year 1.
Is that it?
Think so.
No, 3. Look at you. Yeah.
3, okay. Yeah.
So
I know
3
Carson
last year.
Well.
Yeah, 3 last year, 3 the first year, 7 last year. So if you're near the 7-8 number, you're at about 20 games left. I mean, it's basically a 1.5 per game. We've seen him have games where he has 4 points. He hasn't been held off the score sheet since December 9th. To me, I think this is doable. If the Seahawks only play 1 round in the postseason, probably not. But if they can make it to at least the regionals, I think
he's going to find out about this. He's going to find out about this through the podcast, I think. It's also his birthday today. Are we releasing this one on today, the Monday?
Yeah, it's going out today.
Happy birthday,
so
happy birthday, CeeLo.
Yes. It's funny that, like, I guess I would have thought that people would have saw the updates, but it's not like there's no notification that goes out. Like,
yeah. Like, the GOAT has entered 5th place. Like, that's we should send out like emergency broadcast alerts that just say that, and they're just like, "Oh, Carson Lowe is record chasing right now."
In terms of single season stuff to keep an eye on, your other boy Dom Mushon probably can get into the top 10. He's at 66 points so far. To get into the top 10, you got to be at 84 points. You get 85 to secure your spot with 14 games left. The pace that he sets, I feel that's very doable. We're going to get to the EHL goal record in a little bit, but that's where
I wonder who's in contention for that.
Yeah, you look at any express box score, I think you could figure it out relatively quickly, right? But you mentioned Lowe's goal scoring, at 27, I'm at 24, Ryan Doobie at 23, to get to 39, 38, 39 gets you into the top 10. So I think we'll see a couple of guys break into that top 10 as well. In terms of the assists, mentioned Mushon's name already. He's only 7 away, so I think that's obviously very doable there for him to get into the top 10. So I think this is around the same time of year I start to look at this stuff every year. It just makes it for one other box to check, I guess, if you will, after each box score ends.
There's always comes a podcast where we set our eyes on the record books.
Yeah, for sure. In terms of, like, team records, I don't feel like and this is going to probably go out there like bulletin board material, but maybe the Avs, if they can get on another 8 or 9 game heater, but I don't know if it feels like we have anyone that's on pace to set a wins record this year. Obviously, last year we had a team win 38 games. The year before, 38 games. For the Avs to get to 38 wins, there's your quick math, Jake. They physically can't get there, right? 14 games left. They only can get to a max of 36. So I guess you can kind of say a little more parity this year in that regard, for sure. Each division race, which one do you want to get caught up on first, north or south? Because I have a south question for you. If you want to start there.
Let's do it.
I think we see this in sports a lot, that when there's a new dog in town, right? A new team kind of taking over, there still is that previous hurdle, that previous kryptonite that you have to knock off to solidify your spot. For Union, it feels like that's the 87s, even though we know compared to previous 87 teams, and they'll admit this, they're not the same. That's like last year's championship team. But for Union, who is in the driver's seat to be the 1 seed in that division, would it almost be beneficial for them to face the 87s as the 1-4 matchup if it all plays out like that, and then you have to beat them to make it to the regional finals?
Yeah, I mean, it would be a nice storybook tale for Union, but you have to remember that there are some 87s players on that team that are playoff battle tested, and depending on where certain guys shake out when the roster ends, they might even be more battle tested than we remember. Obviously, they have a couple guys that play both, Duffy, Hansen, guys who have played both EHL and EHL Premier this year. So I think they probably, Union, want to exercise those demons, but it really is such a tight race between the 4, but even the 3. And I thought Atlantic City was going to split that series with Nor'easter, which would have put them in a better position because they're still very much in contention for the division.
For sure. And we've covered this. Like, if it plays out where that's a potential 1-4 matchup and a potential 2-3 is Seals versus Bears, I mean,
yeah,
I don't even know how to bet that, because
it's going to be so tight that there's going to be a big upset in that division.
Yeah, but I'd be remiss not to bring up Huntsman, who are trailing 4-2 late Saturday night. All my nights blend together when you have 2 kids that don't sleep, right? But they come all the way back to tie it and then win in the shootout. Like they're kind of like Nor'easter, turning themselves into a very difficult team to face here down the stretch, and one that you don't want to face in the postseason.
Absolutely. And once again, like, the Huntsmen have guys who have played at both levels, and who knows how that will serve them when the roster freeze happens. And for the Huntsmen, they have put together a couple of impressive comebacks throughout the course of the year. And for the Nor'easter, obviously, back-to-back wins. They got that huge win over Providence in the prior week. Like, these are teams that are poised to potentially upset a top dog in the playoffs.
Yeah. So I think that's a good transition, right? Because obviously for the South, keep in mind 1 and 2 get a bye, 3 plays 6, 4 plays 5. In the North, 4 and 5 play a play-in series against each other to reach 1, 2, and 3. And I don't want to get ahead of myself, but 1, 2, and 3 feel set. We know who the 3 teams will be as Seahawks Express.
Yeah, I think 1 is locked up. I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna say the Avalanche will be the 1 for sure.
That's fine. But obviously, they have the 4-point lead in the 2 games in hand.
Mm-hmm. But the 2 and the 3 is wildly up for grabs.
Yes, which one, Express or Seahawks, would host that, to be determined. Obviously, Providence has time left to move themselves up to 2 or 3, but it feels like at this point we're going to have a Providence Nor'easter play-in series. And with that recent Nor'easter win against Providence, it feels different than every other time that they faced each other so far this year.
And obviously a couple of big pickups for the Nor'easter. Julian Martinez, obviously has put up quite a few goals. Interviewed him, yeah, and they're getting good goaltending out of Mason Campbell. I think they all have 3 solid goaltenders as well. We have Colin Dagler up front, Cam Soucy up front, and now you're adding more pieces. Like, that's a well-coached, well-structured team, and they've just needed the pieces all year long, right? We've seen them hang in games, and just run out of gas a little bit. That suddenly is no longer an issue for them. I like what I'm seeing from the Nor'easter.
Since you were there Saturday night, and you just mentioned Mason Campbell, 70 saves.
Yeah, I think so. There were a lot. I don't know if 70 is quite the number, but definitely probably north of 50.
It felt like a lot of saves, though.
Yeah, there were a good amount of like second and third chance opportunities. Yeah, but it was a firefight altogether.
Love that. For those that are circling dates, to think ahead, that 4-5 first round series in the Northeast Conference is March 25th through 31st, that window. Same with the 3 versus 6, 4 versus 5 in the Mid-Atlantic Conference. Everybody else gets started April 1st. Literally 2 months from today, we're going to be one step away from the regional finals.
That's a very short period. That's a very short period of time.
Yeah.
Considering we've already eclipsed 6 months of the season, 5 months and 5.5 pretty much.
No, for sure. So, but we mentioned this earlier because we started off the EHLP with the kind of record book watching. Now we get to the EHL, and I feel like I'm updating the all-time goals list every single time the Express play a game.
Yeah, he's gonna crush it. It's over. Colin Bella, thanks for coming. It's over.
I mean, before your time, Jake, here you go. You can say how old I am now. Like, we had fun debating when Colin Bella would break Andrew Bella's record, right? Because that's his brothers, obviously, right? But that's just like so far distant history now because
nobody on that list that played in the league since I've worked in the league.
I did not know that. But that's funny. That's good, though. It shows the history, right? Belay is on pace to smash the single season goals record, as you mentioned. I mean, right now he's at 41, so he's 6 away
41.
from tying. Is that? Wait a second. Don't tell me like that's replacing 67.
It's just another one.
What?
It's just another one, dude.
41 is the new 6-7?
No, it's not new. It was just like also a part of it. Like this is what Andrew Duvall sent me the other day.
Why 41?
Because I sent him this.
My God.
So I don't know. It doesn't mean anything.
You're trying to make 41 a thing.
No, I didn't do it. It's got its own GIF. No, but I mean, he's got 41 goals. They have how many games left? We'll predict when they're going to do it. Was that game 32 yesterday? Yeah, so they got 18 left. He'll do it on.
He's on pace for 59. He's on pace for 59.
He'll do it on game 37.
All right, so let's do this. Since we tried to predict when HC Rhode Island losing streak was going to end, you're saying 5 games from now?
Wait, is it? Let me read the numbers again. 41 to he needs to get to 48, so he needs 7 goals. Yeah, in 5 games, that's Ville. Yeah,
1, 2, 3. All right, so that would be Valentine's Day. You're saying They play Bridgewater tomorrow, Rhode Island Thursday, Avalanche Friday, Seahawks next Tuesday, and then Rhode Island the following Saturday. I think he goes on a frantic pace this week, and he wraps it up on February 10th against the Seahawks. Listen,
Wow. So you're saying he gets 7 goals?
He scores 7 goals in the next 4 games.
All right, we're not so off.
No. I mean, how many hat tricks does he have this year?
Enough.
I'm counting as we go. He has 3 hat tricks this year. There's another hat trick coming this week.
Oh my goodness, yeah. Who's the victim?
I'm not gonna go that far. Listen, we've created enough bulletin board here, and there's probably some more coming, and there's probably some more coming, right?
We have some stuff to chatter about when we get to the Central.
Yeah, but I wanted to start there because obviously to be this far ahead of the pace on February 2nd is beyond impressive, and obviously a big reason why Curry College, a top 20 team in Division III hockey, committed a player like Ville, and I can't wait to watch him tear it up there as well. I mean,
this is a fun stat. If he had 0 assists on the year, he'd be in 12th place in the league in points. If he didn't have a single assist.
It's kind of sick.
Yeah.
Obviously, with their win yesterday, they passed the Seahawks for first place in the East Division, up by a point now with 2 games in hand. So that will be obviously an interesting race to watch to see which one of them gets the other division crown with what feels like the Avs. I know they have a 10-point lead on the Wizards, but the Wizards have won the last few against them.
The Seahawks have not beaten the Express since Barack Obama was president, it feels like. Like, their first meeting was when the Express were still figuring it out. They won 3-1, Seahawks did. And since then, like, you're going to have to figure out how to beat these guys if you're going to want to. Same thing goes with the Avs. I have a feeling the Express are probably going to beat the Avs in their next meeting just with the way the Express are trending.
Look at that. I mean, I will say this. If there's been one X factor who has been paramount in the Express and Seahawks season series, it's been Lucas Toth. I mean,
it's Lucas Toth. I mean, you talk to the Seahawks guys, and they're just like, we can't figure out Toth. Like, Seahawks have generally outshot them, I think, in pretty much most of the meetings. But I think the Seahawks go in with the mindset that they're like, oh, we got to play Lucas Toth. It's like, I love Lucas Toth. He's letting 14 goals in his last 3 games. Like, Lucas Toth is human. You know, he's probably the best human. He's the best human at keeping pucks out in the league, but still a human.
Correct. Well, that wraps up the North and the East. In the Central, I don't have a panic button, Jake. But is HCRI hitting the panic button?
So Providence beats HC Rhode Island. And last week on the podcast, we talk about Providence. You say that you think Nor'easters, poised to become the second best team in that division right now. Standings say so, right? I say Applecore could be the 3 if they get some good goaltending, right? And I say I don't like the way Providence is trending right now. I apparently got lampooned in the locker room after their 2-1 win over HC Rhode Island. Mind you, 5 months into the season, you guys beat HC Rhode Island. Do you want a round of applause or something? Like, this is a little bit overdue, Providence Capitals. And hey, listen, I love you guys. I predicted that you guys would have a strong second half and a podcast back in October and November. So if you guys keep winning, you're just going to make me look smarter. But I wasn't the one who lost 6 of my first 7 games in 2026. That was you guys. So don't blame me. Don't blame me for saying I don't like the way you guys are trending when you're losing 6 or 7. Keep winning, and I'll say other things. I'm happy you guys got that win. A little bit overdue. And then AC Rhode Island. Let's draw a big distinction here. These are now not my words, but there's chatter in this league amongst teams that have recently beat you guys, amongst fans and friends of the league that have reached out to me. They're throwing the word frauds around. They're throwing the words exposed around. They're throwing the words collapse around. Are you just going to take that, HC Rhode Island? That's what people are saying about you. That's not what I'm saying this time. I'm still pulling for you guys, obviously. I'm pulling for everybody. Everybody love everybody. I'm a Jackie Moon kind of guy. But that's what people are saying, HC Rhode Island. Are you guys frauds? Are you guys getting exposed right now? Like, go out there and prove that you're not.
There were a lot of options for clips to post from last week's podcast, but when Nor'easter won that game, it fit so well on that day.
And then they beat Providence yesterday.
Yes, and I will say, when I clipped it for you, and I included that line at the end about Providence, I was like, this may go out there and light a fuse.
Yeah, I mean, JP, their coach, texted me, thanks for firing my team up. And, like, that's what we want. But, like, we got to address that it's totally justified.
Listen, if we can be that motivation, then I think we're doing something right?
Absolutely. I mean, you guys have one of the best goalies in the league. Nobody, even his parents probably don't love Scotty Moritz as much as I do, right? Like, I'm a Providence guy.
There's your clip for next week. Not even his parents love Scotty Moritz as much as I do.
Dude, he's like my favorite player of all time, besides Carson Lowe and everybody else. But they're all tied for number one. But Nolan Quirk texted me yesterday, 8-2-1 since the showcase. Boys are buzzing. Connecticut Nor'easter are feeling it.
Yeah, and listen, in that showcase, the last victory was against the Wizards, I want to say, on the final day, heading into the break. Yeah. And I think that gave them good momentum.
I know. I chirped them. I told them they celebrated like they just won the championship, but maybe they really felt like things turned for them in that moment.
Yes. So I don't think it's time to hit the panic button yet for HC Rhode Island. I think, if anything, if they could snap this streak soon and kind of reestablish themselves down the stretch here, this adversity, a little bit of adversity, came at a good time for them because there is so much regular season left. But with the pace that they've been on, it's hard to not notice they've lost 3 straight games.
Absolutely.
Because they had been such a torrid pace. So
13 goals in one of those games. 13, a baker's dozen.
Yes. So, but the standings do hold true again to this week that right now Rhode Island would face Apple Core, Nor'easter would face Capitals, and honestly, it would be two great series in the Central Division.
The Apple Core, like we mentioned last week, ended the winning streak. They're the team that did it. And now, both those teams right below HC Rhode Island have wins over them recently. So it just feels like they're human too. HCRI is human. Like, you guys gotta get back on track and prove you're the HCRI that swept the gauntlet that you had at the December showcase.
Yeah. We wrap up in the South, and I can hear them already saying, you always end with us, but we don't always. We sometimes go reverse geographical.
How about the streak that the top 3 teams are on right now, Neil?
PHC, 3-game winning streak, points in their last 4. 87's 5 straight wins. Bears 4 straight wins. Both those streaks date back to the second day of the crossover series when the South swept. So again, kind of a big momentum swing for that division. And I will say this too, and this is not because another one of you have all these favorite players, Jake. 1A, B, C, D. Like Nick Malley is another one. You didn't even say his name yet. Like they're probably a team that we're starting to sleep on.
This is the Bears we're talking about?
The Bears, yes.
I think this week is it for the Bears. You have 2 games against Philly Hockey Club. They've proven themselves for the first 5 months of the season as the best team in the division. They're the team you guys opened the season against, and they swept you. You guys do have a win over them, which is huge. But I think this week is where we see how legit this streak that the Bears are on is. And if they come out splitting, that's great. If they come out sweeping, the Bears are not hibernating. We know that that will be very good for them. But I think if they come out with a split, That's huge.
Yeah.
And for Philly Hockey Club, pressure's on a little bit, man. 87's 5-game heater. They beat you guys twice. You know, Bart's, you're always like, oh, power rankings, power rankings. Beat the 87s in a pair of games. Why not? Try it. Like, 87's now, 5-game win streak. Like, you guys, oh, the division's ours, the division's ours. Not anymore. 87s are right there again.
Yeah. And listen, I don't want to get ahead of myself. We have one more podcast before this day comes up, but next week when we record on the 9th and then we play games right again on the 10th, there are 3 huge games on the 10th. Seahawks Express, a chance for the Seahawks to avenge what you brought up. They won the first one against the Express, haven't beat them since. PHC 87s, back at Jersey Shore, where the 87s just won both against PHC. Wizards at Avs. Wizards won the last 2 matchups. So we have big games this week. I just want to make sure we call out those 3 as well because it's a quick turnaround from next week's podcast to that. Like February 10th is a massive day with those 3 games. Well,
we'll decide that when the time.
I'm going to send you to the ice den that day. Because Olivia's going to Jersey Shore and I'm going to Cadillac. So you can go to the ice den.
Absolutely.
That handshake emoji.
I like it.
But that's obviously next week. A bunch of huge games this week. Obviously some that we have to circle and what to watch for later on. But before we get that, Jake, and now that we're into February and Valentine's Day is this month, we're not going to have a whole episode about that holiday.
You're going to admit you love me. That's what's happening here.
Maybe not. Wasn't exactly where I was going. It was
tune in on Valentine's Day to find out.
It was more the fact that you have dealt with some heartbreak this season, Jake.
Have I?
With regards to the fantasy challenge.
Yeah.
But then maybe you found some love with it again this past week, and let's explain now in the E-Show Fantasy Challenge.
Now it's time for the E-Show Fantasy Challenge. Follow along on the EHL app.
This is one of those where I want to use the phrase by association. Did you win fantasy by association with your college roommates?
First off, congratulations to Nick. Good guy, good shell player. Have a Minecraft realm. Hit me up if you want to join it. There's a good amount of us. But for yes and no, like I give my friends a number of players to pick from, and they pick from them. And this is what Nick chose. So like I give them the list of like some top scorers in the league. So I don't think I won. I don't think I'll ever win, to be honest with you. I'm bottom 5, Neil. 4 years into this league, and I know enough to place higher than 4 people.
So I'm glad that you brought that up because I was talking with Doyle yesterday. We post our top 5, right? Posting the bottom 5 would be kind of fun because he beat you by a point.
Yeah, it would have been nice if both of us were in the bottom. And it's like 3 players are down there too. Like, guys, you don't know your league either.
Like the goalie that you chose is leading the league in shutouts. So it's not like you pick. It's not like you pick someone so like off the grid that like people are like, oh, Jake's just being Jake and showing everyone love. ELE, like you picked the leader.
I've done that before. But I've gone into this year trying to win, and I placed second? I think in one of the months, what a fall from grace. Dash 54 on the change if there was a power rankings for that.
I will have to call out though the country of Sweden that continues to plug in Ville Boden, Mark Trishler, and Lucas Toth. up until the 8-7 crazy victory for the Express over the Warriors on Friday, that contingent of, what is it, like 15 people that picked the same trio were not in the top 10.
Yeah.
But that game helped push them there. But obviously the biggest factor for Nick in winning was Nicky DeGeorge and 84 fantasy points. I mean, that is...
Yes. All interesting that Lucas Toth picked himself in Ville, but didn't pick like Mark Trischler as his defenseman. Like, if I'm Mark,
and listen,
I'm a little hurt by that.
Is that something that you kind of say, like, hey, like, I'm going to let one in behind me so that you're a dash or a minus in an upcoming game? No, but like,
Mark enter? He's entered a month. I don't know if Mark entered this time, but he's entered before. But no, I don't.
Yeah, he would probably be a part of that trio.
Yeah.
I do find it funny though. That trio is what won December, so that's why a lot of people, I think, were like, let's just run it back. 123.6 usually wins.
Yeah.
If Nick doesn't put up 152.6.
Nicky DeGeorge, man. And Nick, my roommate, is running the same crew for the next month. I was like, do you want the same guys? And he was like, yeah, they brought me a ring. Why not?
So, okay, so that confirms this, though. While Carson Lowe may not know that he's where he ranks in the all-time record books, he's finding out via this podcast. When did your college roommate find out that he won fantasy?
I told him when I was at Atlantic City and I was doing the picks with them for the next month. I was like, you won fantasy. He was like, I'm so good at this. I know the EHL so well. Nicky DeGeorge, class player.
You probably need to coordinate
they're like 10 of my friends.
You probably need to get Nicky DeGeorge's autograph for your roommate, Nick. On a puck.
I have it on my fridge right now.
So that letter that he wrote, that letter that he left you, that's right.
Yeah, it's Nicky DeGeorge and Will Rose. I have it on my fridge. I have like a couple of drawings and signings from players on my fridge.
I guess one final message to your friend Nick. He's the number 1 seed right now if the fantasy playoffs began.
Oh my God. Go,
he is
Nick.
He has the highest point total of any of the 4 champions so far by over 30 points.
His NHL fantasy team is abysmal, so at least he has this.
Well, new month picks have obviously been submitted. February has already started. Now that we're already in the second day of the month, so we'll have those standings updated for everyone soon. Hopefully.
Who did you pick?
Whoa. I am blanking, Jake. Hold on one second.
Yeah, no, I did it. I'll be honest with you. I forgot who I picked too.
I submitted like over a week ago, I feel like. It was a long time.
I always submit like as late as possible, so I like remember it. I picked P.D. Silverman, Adrian Prue, and Pearson Hazlett.
Okay.
I like it.
If for some reason Hazlett doesn't get as many starts like Ian Arnott got.
Happen again. Corey's just going to go, all right, Quinn.
The coaches at that point are colluding against you.
I think that's what it is.
I went with Ben Carfora, Jack Fraser, and Silas Steed. So, Street. So I feel I'm a little bit different than the most popular picks, but I feel confident that Carfora towards the top 10 in the EHL.
Yeah, your goal is an X factor.
Top D.
Fraser's got a ton of points. Yeah.
And that's what I'm going for now. Is I need to find somebody who's not as common, but still can collect points, because that's the key to
plays on a winning
February.
team. Plays on a winning team, right? And the Seahawks are done playing the Avs, so I'm chirping the Seahawks a little bit. That's uncharted territory for me.
Yeah, the E team, not the P team. Anyways.
Yeah. Oh, never. Never.
I teased earlier what to watch for. We're going to jump to it now. And I will say, Jake, what to watch for does include me finally shaving my face.
And now here's what to watch for in the EHL and the EHLP.
If you didn't know, Jake, this is a playoff beer.
Yeah, for the Patriots. That's a week away or 6 days away.
What to watch for between now and then is the Super Bowl. So like the Super Bowl ends and I'm gonna shave. Since you have made fun of me so many times in the history of our friendship,
Yes.
I get to make fun of you now.
You can make fun of me anytime you want. I have very thick skin.
How long would you have to not shave for to get a beard like this?
I could not shave to the end of time, and it would look. I can't say what it would look like. There's a family program here. Can't say what it would look like, but it wouldn't be good.
Okay. This is January 5th.
That's 28 days, 27 days.
Yeah, so this will be the longest I've ever gone without shaving my beard.
I watched a TikTok yesterday of Ann Michael May get ready with me for a morning walk. And I was like, my show's on.
Morning walk?
Yeah, dude, anytime she pops, I'm just like, I'm like watching it.
Before we know, we're going to have a get ready with me, Jake Basile, for a morning walk.
Get ready with me to cover the EHL game of the week. I wake up, I shower, and I leave. And that's it.
You'll do your OOTD. Isn't that like outfit of the day?
Mm-hmm. It's one of 4 EHL quarter zips.
God. Anyways, for the games of the week this week, we are doubling up Express. EHL rematch on Thursday with Rhode Island after that 13-4 crazy game last week. And then EHLP with Seahawks on Saturday at 12 p.m. Those are the games of the week this week, but there's a lot of other really good games. I mean, fast forward to tomorrow and Wizards Capitals. I know Capitals lost kind of the back end of their weekend games with Nor'easter yesterday, but they still have a little bit of momentum from that win over Rhode Island on Saturday night.
Yeah. And the Wizards are a very confusing team. Wizards are an extraordinarily confusing team.
Beyond, I can't get a finger on them.
Like lose to the Express and Seahawks, beat the Avs, who beat the Express and Seahawks. Like it does those 4 don't make sense.
At the moment, they do not.
They do not.
Seahawks Nor'easter on Wednesday. We talked about how well Nor'easter's playing. That's another box to check off in their season. The Capitals and Apple Core have a 3-3 this weekend. Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I'm scared of what it looks like by the time we get to Saturday. But it's a little bit of like a playoff preview or possibility, depending on how New York plays down the stretch. You touched on that PHC Bears home and home series on Thursday and Friday.
So big.
You kind of already said that the Express are going to beat the Avs on Friday. Did I hear that correct earlier in this podcast?
Dude, like, I'm the villain now. Like I'll just be like, one staff already thinks so. I might as well lean into it.
Yeah. Rhode Island a chance at their quick revenge over Nor'easter on Saturday. So, I mean, a lot of games on the slate, big games on the slate this week in the EHL. I love how the division then gives us Sunday and Monday to kind of breathe. For the EHLP, different obviously with only 2 games during the week. That Nor'easter Seahawks on Wednesday is a back-to-back. It's P first and then EHL. So kind of similar at the EHLP level with their recent hot stretch, trying to keep that going against the Seahawks on Wednesday. I like that Avalanche Capitals matchup. I think that'll be a fun one to watch.
Caps are in need of a big win. They are in need of a big win, the Caps.
Also on Wednesday. Saturday, we already covered or mentioned this earlier as well. 87's Union trying to get some revenge and knock off their kryptonite a little bit. Seals Bears, you never know how that's going to go. Flip the coin, if you will. I did not notice this. You know, there's a 4:40 game on Sunday. Kickoff starts at 6:30. I did not notice that.
That's kind of why I texted you to do the other Express game. I need to be making sure Ann Michael May is happy when all is said and done on Sunday.
I guess obviously you're more of a fan of Ann Michael than Drake, which I guess is great for this podcast.
Yeah, I like Drake more by association with Ann Michael.
Understood. But for her, she hasn't taken over nationally the way Taylor Swift did, who the camera would pan to her 1,000,000 times a game. Does that change on Sunday?
Like, how much better is Drake and Ann Michael than that duo of virtue signaling, brain dead losers in Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift? Like, Drake and Ann Michael could be you. Like, that could be you falling in love. Like, literally middle school sweethearts. Like, that's just a good old American tale. Meanwhile, let's force these two insufferable celebrities, Pfizer Boy and a stalk of celery, and let's just shove their faces in everybody else's face for half a year.
It's funny because I'm pretty sure Travis Kelce's podcast is like #1 in the world, and we're not.
#1 in the EHL. That's all I care about.
Yes, yeah, #1 of one, but that's okay. At some point, the players will create one to combat against ours, I'm sure. So
that would be electric.
Probably be a little uncensored too. But with that, another big week on tap in the EHL and the EHLP this week. If you can make it out to see either of the games of the week or any of the games taking place, that would be great. We'll be at a bunch of them. But if you can't, tune in on Flow Hockey, and we'll talk to you all next week.
Thanks for listening to The E-Show, presented by the Hockey Podcast Network. Learn more about us at easternhockeyleague.org and follow us on all of your favorite social media platforms. Also, be sure to subscribe and get notified when our next podcast episode is released.